Now, your latest news update from Western Mass News.
Good Tuesday afternoon. I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. Breaking news out of Springfield as a judge finds a man accused of killing a Southwick teen not guilty by reason of insanity. Vadim Masurik was charged with the murder of a Southwick teen back in September of 2019. Today was his trial with no jury, as defense and prosecution both agreed he was not criminally responsible by reason of insanity. Prosecutors say Masurik sliced the throat of then high schooler Nazar Takash after an argument in Stanley Park in Westfield. Doctors today testified that during the murder, Masurik was psychotic and he suffered from severe mental illness. We're continuing to follow the latest updates on COVID-19 cases in our area. This as local physicians are discussing a triple-demic with flu and RSV cases surging as well. Springfield's Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Calton Harris asking people to mask up indoors. This advice is regardless of vaccination status as the holidays approach. And the control tower at Bradley International Airport was evacuated this morning. The spokesperson from the FAA says there was smoke in that facility. We're told a nearby air traffic control tower took control of the airspace while the situation was addressed. The whole incident lasted about 16 minutes. Officials say controllers returned to Bradley's tower around 11:58 this morning. No word on what caused the smoke. Officials from Bradley say flights are now taking off as scheduled.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. We'll have fair skies overnight, mostly clear conditions. Might be a couple of patchy clouds here and there a few hours past midnight. It is going to be a bit blustery out there too. While temperatures should dip into the upper teens, it's going to feel about 10 degrees colder as wind could gust as high as 20 to 25 miles an hour. Little upper level system coming through and could bring a few brief flurries as well. We stay blustery for Wednesday, mostly sunny skies. Wind could occasionally gust 20 to 25 miles an hour out of the north-northwest. And highs will only be in the mid-30s, so expect it to feel more like upper 20s. Now, temperatures are going to be on the chilly side for Wednesday, especially when you factor in the wind. But the good news is we'll still have plenty of sunshine. Thursday, skies turn cloudy pretty quick. Temps will be climbing to near 40, and we're tracking our next weather maker, which approaches later Thursday night. It looks like mostly a rain event for the valley with maybe some brief mixing, but across the high terrain, some significant snow possible as we continue through Friday.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.